Lounging, son.
Welcome to the Comic Lounge Podcast, guys. I am your host, Dylan, and with me is my ever so trusty co-host. That makes you sound like you're less important than me, Ryan.
I'm very important.
Yeah, you're actually one of the most important. But with us today we have Nick, who we love absolutely. Welcome back, Nick.
Hey, thanks for having me.
And today, guys, we're going to be talking about Fables Vol.6. Just before we get started, I just have to put this out there. At every volume of Fables that we read, I just end up loving it more and more. And each character, I don't know, like I'm going to toss up right now between Big B and Boy Blue. Yeah. It's pretty cool. And also, who's someone else who's surprising right now is Beast, who I'm starting to like. Anyway, what else are we going to talk about, guys? We're going to talk about The Last Ronin.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Yeah, let's talk about Last Ronin, and I also want to talk about the Three Jokers. I want to see. I haven't talked to you guys all week about it, and I wanted to see like what the general consensus was.
Okay. I have a question. Who did you think The Last Ronin was before you read it?
Oh, I told Ryan this last week. I thought it was going to be Mikey.
Oh,
yeah, we both said that, and then
okay.
we both said Mikey, and then like a real dark horse would have been Donatello.
Yeah, because
So
yeah.
Raph was the obvious one then.
Raph would have been the easy one to pick.
Yeah.
Leo, I
didn't think it would be Leo because I figured if something went down, Leo would have been the first to die.
Yeah, because fearless leader thing.
Yeah, he would have sacrificed himself, right?
Yeah.
I just thought it was gonna be obvious, and it was Raph, but also I'm also a big Raph fan, so that's why
at first when I read the free comic book day that never happened previews. I thought it would be Raph, but I don't know. Something in me was like, it has to be Mikey or Donnie because Raph would be the obvious choice because Raph is the angry one. But I feel like.
By the way, everyone listening, I'm cutting you off, Dylan. We just spoiled Last Ronin, so sorry about that. If you guys haven't read it yet.
Oh shit! Well, whatever. If they haven't read it,
are we not doing? Do you have spoilers here?
We do, but usually I say something before it. I just realized that we just totally fucking ruined Last Ronin if you haven't read it.
Did we say who it was? We just said who we thought it was.
Yeah, we said it.
No.
No. We've gone beyond the point of no return here.
We've gone too far.
This is it's Mikey. Once again, It is Mikey. And also the internet is fucking
That's
ruthless.
true. That's
I'm
true.
sure by the time this releases, people would already know.
Oh, it was spoiled Wednesday.
Yeah, exactly. Like freaking trash bags. But I feel like Raph would have been the obvious choice. But the thing is, I thought about it, and Raph, like Leo, would have gone down fighting.
Yeah. I thought it was Mike from the beginning. Because I just tried to go, I'm like, you know what? I really doubt that they're going to be obvious, of who it is. Mm-hmm. So immediately I'm like, it's probably Mike. And then I was like, if they really want to go somewhere where nobody would guess, it'd be Donatello. But I think that Mike was the one that I thought it was the most.
Yeah, and also it's this also kind of sheds light on the type of person Mikey would be, or it is you know what I mean, how important his brothers were always to him, you know what I mean. I mean, granted, I don't know, I haven't been reading any Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Brian, I'm going to talk to you about that. I want some recs because this Last Ronin story definitely makes me want to read more Ninja Turtles.
I love the Ninja Turtles. I don't think it's a surprise to anybody that knows me.
Wait, you're not a fake fan, dude?
No, bro. I got the entire
fake turtle fan here.
I got the entire original Mirage run, every single issue of that run. I think I have a few of the second volume. I don't have the third volume that was published by Image. That IDW recently finished off because it never got finished from Image. Mm-hmm. And then I have all of Volume 4, the current volume. I have all... Oh, no, I'm sorry. Volume 4 was Mirage. I have that, except the last issues because, it was a very, very, very small print run, and you had to special order it from shops.
Oh, wow.
And I don't know. I think that was, during one of the years where I wasn't really paying attention. And then the current volume, which is 5, I have every single issue of that. So I love the Ninja Turtles, dude. I've loved them since I was a kid. I had all the toys. I don't have them anymore, obviously, but...
Did you ever have the Donatello swimming one?
Come on, bro. I had all of the swimming ones.
Wasn't it a whole line? Wasn't it
Dude, I had
Beach Adventure?
Yeah, come on. I
And
had
then the samurai ones, those were dope.
Yeah, I had Donatello as a fucking cowboy. You know what I mean? I had all that shit, bro. All of it.
Do you have Bebop and Rocksteady's flying car? I think it was.
I don't know if I had the flying car. I had the blimp. I had the van. I had the sewer plate set. I had the foot. The foot vehicle. I had the Technodrome. Dude, I had all that shit.
Damn, you had the Technodrome? I wanted the Technodrome so bad. That shit was dope.
The only reason I got the sewer set was because I was sick in the hospital when I was very little. And I don't remember very many things from that period of my life, but I do remember my grandma walking in while I was in the hospital bed and handing me that fucking big-ass box with the sewer set.
That's fucking awesome.
I will never forget. I'll never forget that, dude. I was so fucking happy that day.
I think the only thing I had that wasn't actual action figures was the turtle van. That shit was dope. It fucking spit pizzas.
Yeah.
And no, that wasn't pizzas. It was
that was a different vehicle. That was a different vehicle that shot out pizzas. But yeah, anyways, I digress. I love the Ninja Turtles. I think that it was cool to see Laird and Eastman come back for a project. I'm not sure how much Laird was involved. I know that this is an original story that they came up with way back when they were still, during Volume 1 of the Ninja Turtles. So this idea has been there for a very long time, and to be able to see it come to life is very awesome. I think IDW has done a fantastic job with the property since they got the publishing rights, at least for the comics. Mm-hmm. I know Nickelodeon is also the shepherd, kind of, because Eastman they sold off the property to them, but Eastman has been a part of it also for this entire IDW run. So I'm very happy with what they did. I think it's really dope.
I would say that they bungled the release of this book, though.
I don't think they expected it to sell as much as it did. You know what I mean? I don't think that they expected.
It was a hot ticket, dude. It was this week's hot ticket. It was crazy.
Because it was almost as if we hadn't had a Turtle comic in years, and this was the first one that came out. That's kind of the feeling that I got and the vibe that I was getting. Like, people haven't been paying attention that there's been a Turtle comic for the past, 8 years, right?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, oh my God, new Ninja Turtle comic. You know what I mean? That's what I was feeling, at least at the shop on Wednesday, with people coming in asking about it. Well, I do think that a lot of people are speculating on it as well. I mean, you can see the prices on eBay. That's evident. The prices were spiking before the book even was on the stands. But I do think there's a general, excitement for the book that isn't just people speculating. It's people that maybe didn't realize Turtles were having comics, and they're like, oh man, this is cool. I want to check it out. And IDW definitely should have printed more. I think that I didn't think it was going to
print already.
It's 150,000 copies for the first print.
Baller shit. Damn, that's dope. Hell yeah, Mikey, good shit.
I just think the problem is they decided to use that format. Right, that bigger. It's not a normal size comic.
Yeah, we had to put them in the magazine slipcover.
Yeah, and it
didn't even fit. It was just such an awkward shape.
Yeah,
I think that's why they went to the printers before they got an actual count from how many retailers ordered it. And so if they hadn't used that format, they could have got a better number and they could have had more copies. And we hate speculation, right? And what speculation does is it doesn't have the mains of books out on the shelf. Because we didn't have it in our store on the shelf, right? We sold it for 20. It was funny. We were at the start of the day. It was like, okay, if someone came into the store, we didn't have it on the shelf, right? We made sure to give it to all of our subscribers.
Yeah.
And we didn't have any on the shelf. And if someone came in, we'd be like, we don't have it on the shelf. We don't have it for cover price. And so we would sell it for $15. And then over the course of the day, like Ryan, when you left, by the end of the day, I was selling for 25.
Oh, it was 20. It was 20 when I left.
20, okay, yeah. So it was
15 when it started. Then it went to 20. Yeah, I mean, because it's and maybe some people might get mad at shops for doing that, but it's well, what else can you really do? It's you're literally handing a book to somebody that they're just gonna fucking go sell and make money off of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when Nick's saying that he's selling for $15.20, except subscribers, he also was giving it for cover price if it was a regular customer that just doesn't have a pull. You know what I mean? There are customers that we have there that just don't have sub. They're not a sub, but they come every week and
They
and
just pick out what they like.
And Nick always takes care of them in that respect. He just makes sure that there's nobody else in the store that can hear it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But that's the thing, though. It's like we have a sub coming in there all the time, like this older gentleman. He always claims that, oh, my nephew got this, but I haven't got it yet. Like it's the same guy. like you know what I mean? Like or he'll try to buy 2 things, even though we put signs up that clearly says 1 per customer.
So you guys have signs that say only 1 comic per customer at Arsenal?
We actually because for the 2 locations we actually have a little group chat, and we kind of like relay information over what's hot, what's not, and then what do you call? Like even before it dropped, like everybody already knew like 1 per customer without even saying like this is gonna be the one of those things. Yeah. But we only put X amount on the shelves.
Yeah, we didn't put any on the shelf just because we knew like, dude, this book's going for $20-$25. Like we just can't have it on the shelf for cover price because I want to make sure that at least good customers will actually get the book at it, and also like random speculators who come in, like no, they can pay the money, the eBay price, you know.
Yeah, it's better off if they pay the eBay price and let the people who actually want it get it.
Yeah. It just sucks for the person who's like an actual Turtle fan, and maybe I don't know them, right? And they're just like coming in, they're wanting to read the Turtle book.
Yeah.
And now it's like, well, they shouldn't have to pay $20 to read this comic, right? I know it's a $9 book, so they're already paying a lot for it. I told most of the people who like didn't want to pay that much, like we'll have second printings, and that's the best way. But like, you know, I feel like this could have sold. I mean, imagine how much 3 Jokers #1 sold, which we sold a lot of copies. I think this could have sold that level if they had that much. If they'd printed that much, I think they could have sold that much.
Yeah, I think even if they would have had it in magazine size, it would have been better. Mm-hmm. At least if it actually fits snug in the magazine bag and board. Because let me tell you, dude, I'm annoyed with it. Like, there's no way to like perfectly keep that book safe.
Yeah.
Except to put it on your bookshelf. And even then, it's kind of tested. Yeah, I don't know. And that guy fucking said his nephew didn't have. Dude, why doesn't he just do what I do? I send my daughter in right after I leave the shop.
Riley has her own pull list, bro.
Go ask for that book real quick, and I'll give you an extra $5. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Riley has her own pull. Like, and she goes in there with a wig. It's great.
I have a couple wigs for her, so sometimes I'll just have her go back in with her old lady wig, and then sometimes she goes back in with her Jasmine wig. You know, and then I get. Come on, bro. Why do you think I'm sitting on fucking 10 copies of Last Ronin right now, dude?
Fucking treasure trove.
No, I didn't really do that, but like you know, Nick, like you were saying, you know, Turtle fan. I am a part of the Cartoonist Kayfabe group on Facebook, and I started seeing a lot of people talking about how like they couldn't find it, and I'm like, fuck, dude, like that really sucks. Because like the people that are on that group are actual comic book fans, and I know that they're not speculators. I mean, well, there's certain people on that group that I know for a fact aren't speculators. I don't know everyone on the group, obviously, but so hearing that and like reading them like share like they couldn't find it and like they had to work all day and they couldn't get to the shop till the end of the day, I'm like, fuck. Like that is really annoying, and that is again one of the reasons I really hate speculation and speculators. Like I knew that this book eventually would probably go for some money. I just didn't think it was going to be now, because a lot of the Turtle comics, because I don't think they're huge print runs, you know, even the IDW stuff, I think eventually you could always sell for like a dollar or two over cover price, just because of it being a small print run, or not as high of a print run as like a Marvel or DC. But when I found out that like it was already fucking on eBay, people listing it on eBay for above cover price, I'm like, oh my god, dude, it's annoying. But, you know. Yeah.
The speculation game is just a really shitty one, because the people who really suffer out of this are the people who want the issue. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, it sucks.
I wonder if it was IDW who deliberately, like, lowered the run so that it could have this kind of, you know.
The buzz.
The buzz for it. I'm not sure. Like, you know, I know companies do that. I just think they just misprinted and didn't realize the print run.
But I guess like you don't want to do like an over, like, you know, like print too much as well. Like, I mean, you know what I mean? Like, because if you print too much and the hype isn't as real as you thought, and then you're just sitting on a freaking like another 100K worth of freaking comics that you never sold.
I don't know. We could. I think that print run he says 150,000. I think it could have been easily double. They could have doubled that.
I agree. Yeah.
And we would have been able to, and we probably would have sold out over the week.
Yeah.
For cover price, and everyone would have got copies, you know?
Well, yeah, it was a great book, though.
It was. I loved the book. I know Nick and I were kind of talking before. You know, Nick doesn't have as much context for the Turtles, he said. Yeah. So, I mean, he doesn't read it.
I don't have an affinity for them anymore.
Affinity,
like,
that's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. You know, like I used to love them as a kid. I had all the toys too.
Right.
But I just never got back into it. Like when they relaunched the series, I never got back into it. I don't know why.
It's okay. I'm in my turtle onesie right now. So. Let's talk
no, wait.
Hell yeah.
Wait. It's Halloween. We're recording on Halloween. I'm dressed up as Raph.
No, I'm Raph. I'm the angry guy.
All right. I'm April. All right, I'll be.
You're April.
In the yellow jumpsuit. Please say you're the yellow jumpsuit onesie.
I'm picturing Nick in a yellow jumpsuit with a fucking video camera in his hand.
Yeah,
and the white high tops.
Yes.
and the zipper on my jacket's very low, dude. It's zipped up really low.
It's like a yellow Dickies pantsuit.
All right, we're digressing. Let's talk about Three Jokers. I think that was another big release this week.
I was pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, I was kind of not as pleasant with my take on it.
Oh,
I don't know.
Really? I thought it definitely ended better than I thought it would. I didn't know how they were going to end it, especially after that trash bag of an issue 2. Like
That's true.
I didn't know where it was going, but like this was like a lot. I mean, if you haven't read it yet, I'm going to spoil it, so I'm just putting that out there. Like it's essentially like a Killing Joke sequel. You know, and it ended way better, and like I like the fact that they didn't reveal anybody, that it wasn't anybody anyone thought, or maybe it is, but you know they didn't reveal it, and I don't know, I kind of thought they were gonna like butcher the mythos of the Joker because as a lot of people I'm sure probably have said or probably agree that a lot of the mystery behind who the Joker is kind of what makes him a little bit more menacing. And I think that that the fact that they didn't reveal who it was fantastic. I like that.
That is the only thing I liked. That finally they admitted that Batman knew who Joker was.
Yeah.
Because dude, you're supposed to be the world's greatest detective, and you can't fucking figure out who this motherfucker is.
You can't figure it out. You can't put 2 and 2 together.
Right. But it's at the same time, it just felt so inconsequential because there's no threads there's no threads that are going to be picked up from this unless DC's like, oh man, this is so popular. Maybe we should integrate it into DC proper. But I hate to say this because I like Jeff Johns. I wish he would get the fuck off Alan Moore's jock, dude. Just do something that's not tied into one of his previous works. Yeah. I mean, you just did Doomsday Clock. Now you're doing this. Are you about to do a League of Extraordinary Gentlemen now, or? I mean, what next are you gonna?
It'd be fitting because Sean Connery just passed, so I feel like.
Oh yeah, I forgot to say that. We were talking about that before earlier. Yeah. Sorry. Rest in peace, Sean Connery, the great.
I love Sean Connery. Sean Connery.
Yeah.
I'll take the rapist for 500, Alex. I mean therapist.
That's one of the best SNL skits ever, yeah.
Ever. Yeah. Especially, did you see the one where it's it's Sean Connery, Alex Trebek, and then Jimmy Fallon's playing Adam Sandler?
I haven't seen that.
It's so good. Okay, anyway, but the Three Jokers, it ended way better than I thought it would, and I don't hate it. I don't hate it
either. I just feel like whatever about it,
It's inconsequential.
Do you feel that they only added Batgirl into the story so that she could be used to elevate Jason Todd, and she was only used merely as a prop? She was mischaracterized. She was only there just to argue with Batman and Jason. You know what I mean?
And prop up Jason and his little trial and tribulation.
Uh-huh.
I don't feel like that her being there was inconsequential because it definitely was.
Their whole reason was because she got shot by the Joker and Jason got killed by the Joker. So that's why she was in there. I don't feel she was mischaracterized until issue 2.
Yeah.
Right. Issue 1, she was fine. She's always kind of had that personality with Batman, I think. That's kind of what I've always found with her. You know what I mean? She'd always stand her ground when she was Oracle. You know what I mean? She'd put Batman in his place. But I did not like the quick turn that happened in 2. I was like, what the fuck? all of a sudden, like, you were just against him. Now you're making out with him. And Jason Todd, that's who I'm talking about, not Batman.
Yeah.
So it's just fucking weird. And then, yeah, the ending, too, like, it felt like she was, I would say, more of a prop. In 3,
Yeah.
1, I think she was handled well, but, like, from there on, it just felt like she became less important, and I think she should have been one of the more important pieces. I think it should have been equal between Batman, Jason, and Batgirl. You know what I mean? Like, that's what it should have been. Like, I mean, Batman's been fighting Joker basically his whole career, right?
Yeah.
Batgirl has this huge connection because she got shot and paralyzed by him, and then Jason was killed by him. So it's really should have been equal footing. And you saw Batgirl's role diminish, and her characterization fucking started getting shittier. Jason, I didn't really even know how to feel about his ending, especially because, like, I don't feel like the threads are going to be picked up on. So, like, I found myself, like, saying, okay, that was an okay miniseries. I wouldn't classify it as bad, but I'm just like, am I going to read it again? Probably not. I would say maybe I'll read it one more time so I can read it all together and see if I get a different experience reading it at once. But it's not something I would think is going to be a perennial story.
I also didn't like how it took 3 issues for Batman to show some freaking Batman emotions. Finally when he has his outburst and he freaking has Jason by the throat, I feel like that was that was Batman there finally when in the first 2 issues, like, it was just like totally uncharacteristic of him, just like kind of being like, meh, okay, Jason killed Joker and he didn't do anything about it, instead of just reacting towards it immediately. And then finally, like in the 3rd issue, like he finally fucking has that outburst of, when he's going up against Jason, when the last person he should be doing that against is Jason. You know what I mean? Not the last person. I worded that wrong. But it's like it took forever for Bruce and Batman to become Bruce and Batman. It was just, I don't know. It's just that I don't know. This was written really strangely.
Yes.
Obviously, it's going to be left up to interpretation whether or not it's canon, because everything is inconsequential. Even the letter at the end that Jason writes to Barbara, the fact that it gets swept away, and he says in the letter,
I know. That was so stupid.
It was
dumb.
Yeah.
Like, wait, what kind of adhesive did you have on, like, tape? Like, what the fuck?
It was a Smart and Final. It was a Smart and Final, the Smart tape. That's
it's such bullshit. Like, it's gonna fall, and couldn't he slip it under the door? Why would he leave it hanging for someone else to read? Like, what the? I don't know.
Also, that maintenance guy is a dick. Like, he couldn't have just been like he looked at the piece of paper. It's like, oh, what's this? Like nicely folded, evenly paper that is by someone's door. Maybe it fell off. Like, I don't know.
That stuff is bad writing to me. Oh, look, it's like, ooh, oh no, it's a love lost. It's like, I don't really think so. I don't really feel that way about that couple,
Yeah, and honestly, Barbara doesn't like Jason.
No, she likes Dick.
Yeah.
Dick Grayson.
Mm-hmm.
She likes Jason Bard.
Yes.
Odd.
Yeah,
maybe
that's what I was saying.
Maybe Jeff Johns got that confused.
I don't know.
No one wanted to correct him the entire time. Jason Fabog was just standing there with the editor and was like, "Hey, you want to tell him?" It's like, no, just let him go.
Oh man,
it's too late. He already has a script written out.
Hey, Jason Fabog's art was outstandanding, though.
Oh yes,
yes,
Jason Fabog,
100%.
Fuck yeah, dude. It
was fantastic. I still like the first issue when it was going through the panels of how, like, Batman got all of the scars and how it was each described, like, showing the instance in which the scars happened. That was like one of my favorite sequence of panels out of this whole series. That shit was dope.
Yeah,
that was.
Yeah, but yeah.
All right.
Anything else you guys want to talk about?
Let's talk about Fables.
Okay, let's talk about Fables. Fucking Boy Blue.
Yeah, hold on. Fables, Volume 6. Writer Bill Willingham. Pencilers Mark Buckingham, David Hahn, Lan Medina. Inkers Steve Lealoa, David Hahn, Dan Green. Colorist Daniel Vozo. Letterer Todd Klein. James Jean did the series covers. And, of course, edited by the great Shelley Bond. and whoever
She
wants to
followed me
go.
on Instagram, by the way. I'm very happy about that.
Oh,
Like,
good.
Nice.
like, yeah.
Or
Hey,
have you?
hey, so I think so. Ryan and I have both read this series, and this is like I think my fourth time reading this. Now that I'm
Jesus
thinking
Christ.
about it, although it's been years since I've read it, so like I think since the last volume came out, so that was like how many years ago? 4 years
Yeah,
ago?
I think so.
Yeah, and so I'm rereading it for the first time. But I know Dylan, this is your first time reading it. This
Yes.
is the first time they reveal who the adversary is, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
what do you
I
think?
kind of had inklings. thinking it was Geppetto. Not gonna lie, especially after March of the Wooden Soldiers.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I mean, I was absolutely surprised, 100%. But like,
But,
like
yeah.
it was. I mean, at first I thought it could have been anyone, but because the whole roster of actual Fables like is so vast and expansive. I mean, even in this series, you see Mowgli. Like like I
Yes.
wasn't even thinking about Mowgli this entire time, but I knew that the Kipling characters existed. But like, like as far as like my who I thought it was, like I really had no idea. I was like, watch it be something stupid like the Fawn from like Midsummer Night's Dream or something, or like Pike. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
like that's what I told that's what I told Ryan. Like when they make the reveal for the adversary, I was like, oh, is it be someone stupid?
The series would have ended if it was bad, right? I feel
Yeah.
like.
Yeah.
I
But
almost spoiled it when we were doing March of the Wooden Soldiers, and
Oh.
I said something, and I was like, oh fuck, I had it on the tip of my tongue, and I had to stop myself because I almost let it slip, dude.
Man, that was close. Thank you for
Well,
not
wait.
slipping. I appreciate
Yeah,
it. I
you're
appreciate it.
welcome.
Ryan, I stole your thunder that one time. You were like, "Hey, I heard about this. Who was supposed to be a potential adversary? Did you tell?
Oh,
did
yeah.
you did you say that to Dylan yet, or does he know who it could have
Yeah,
been?
yeah.
You mentioned it already, right?
Yeah, that it was supposed to be Peter Pan.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Yeah. That would have
Yeah.
been cool too. I think that would have been very like I don't think we would have guessed that. But then again, if it was Peter Pan, would we have gotten all what we got? March of the Wooden
Yeah.
Soldiers, or would Geppetto just have been one of his like minions? You know what I mean? Like I feel like the
Yeah.
story would have been very different.
Yeah, it would have changed vastly, I think, because you wouldn't have had the fantastic dialogue that happens between Boy Blue, Geppetto, and Pinocchio, and you know what I mean. And it was great. It was, oh man, this. Okay, first let's talk about Jack. Let's talk about Jack real quick.
Is that
I love.
So I'm reading it in the hardcovers, and so they kind of do it a little bit differently. But this is volume 6. Volume 6 does have the Hollywood storyline, right?
Yeah,
okay.
the 5-year Hollywood tale
Okay.
of Nimble Pictures.
Mm-hmm. That was awesome.
Yeah, I thought it was great. And the way he completely infiltrated Hollywood the way he did and kept like anonymity up until a point was fantastic. Like I thought it was very in tune with the character of Jack. Of course he's going to be a shyster. Of course, where do shysters go? Where are all the best shysters? In fucking Hollywood. It's fantastic. I really loved it. I really liked it. I just didn't. What I found weird though was, first off, who's Jill? First I was like, oh, that's Thumbelina, and then he kept calling her Jill, and I don't recall there being a Jill anywhere in folklore. Except for Jack
there's
and Jill.
Jack and Jill, but it wouldn't have been a fucking miniature person. That was something that I didn't get also. My only gripe is that, I wish I would have read this volume before I started reading the Jack of Fables spinoff, because these two issues are what lead into Jack of Fables.
Yeah, this is basically like when when it was doing the single issue release, this was letting the readers know, oh, Jack's coming out with his own little, what do you call it, series, right?
Yeah,
but yeah,
I love Jill.
Well, the Jill part is she's just one of those barleycorn girls, right? Or like she's one of the small town people. She just happens to be named Jill.
From Lilliput?
Yeah. No,
okay.
she might have been a barleycorn. You know, like remember that there's that one story.
Yeah, where they're going the women out of the corn.
Yeah. So I think she's just one of those, and she just happens to be named. I don't think she's like someone from lore. I think it was just they wanted to have a Jack and Jill story, right?
Oh, I didn't even make that connection. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Oh man, didn't you make that connection? Thank you.
You know what was really funny too is like as he's like becoming like this powerhouse and stuff, they're like, oh, all fucking rich people have these weird idiosyncrasies, and he's getting like all these dollhouses, all these antique dollhouses in there, and it's only because he has Jill, and it's
Yeah.
like give her somewhere to fucking live. That
Yeah.
shit's so it's just such a fucking funny little
Yeah.
little thing he put in there, you know.
And you know
Yeah.
he couldn't send her back to the farm because then she'd rat him out. So like he had to keep her prisoner.
Right, but she
Yeah.
ratted his ass out anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I mean, he deserved it.
Friggin-
He
Yeah, oh,
really
yeah,
did.
for sure.
He did. 100% he did. But like, but Jack, you know, Jack, I feel like with this, I feel like Jack is just going to get into some more shenanigans. And I feel like that's like going to be the bulk of his series. So wait, I have a question. Is the bulk of his series at post the 5 years in Hollywood or during the 5 years in Hollywood?
It's after. So
It's
it's.
after.
I mean, like if we're talking about like this volume, I mean, the book jumps like 5 years,
I
right?
forgot,
Which is crazy.
dude.
Yeah.
I
There's
didn't
like
even
a
realize this.
5 year. There's a 5 year gap, which is crazy to me. But I guess we just accepted it at the time. And so those kids, like, it's like one of the big deals is that I think he wanted to grow the kids up, right?
Mhm.
Snow White and Bigby's kids, so that they're a bit older. And then I think they really wanted. Oh, well, I don't want to say anything else because I will.
Right.
I will
mean,
spoil
yeah,
the
yeah,
next
yeah.
volumes, right? But
Yeah. Well, they're
There's a
also
reason-
immortal, so we don't even like you don't. It's not like they look different, right? Because they
Yeah.
don't age the
Right.
same way. So it's like to us, it doesn't even make a difference when we're
Yeah,
reading.
the world around him changes, but not so much the actual character.
yeah. Have
Right.
you read any Jack of Fables, Dylan?
No, I haven't. Okay. But I was
So-
waiting. I was waiting for a good jump in point, and like,
Well, here it
boom,
is.
lo and behold, lo and behold.
Yeah,
Um,
what's great about the Jack of Fables line is like it's different from Fables, and it's definitely more, I think, like metatextual.
Yes.
Like it's really about what writing or how it's more specifically about like the nature of fables and how they're created and how their power is, right? Like I think
yeah.
more than the main Fable series.
Yeah.
Right, because you also learn about like the literals and stuff, and like there's some. I don't want to say anything because I knew nothing going into it, really, except from what I've read from Fables, and I fucking absolutely I powered through those. The first 4 volumes. I think I
Wow.
read it. I think I read it in like a day because I just couldn't stop reading it.
Holy
And
shit.
I need so there's 9 volumes in total. So I'm 2 volumes short that I need to order, and then I'm waiting until I get those, and then I'm just gonna fucking power through those 2, leading up until I don't want to power through it because there's I think it's volume 13 is the Great Fables crossover, and that's where it crosses over with Jack of Fables. So I want to get to that
cool.
point. Yeah.
Okay, that's dope. But yeah, like as far as this volume goes, though, Boy Blue is over here, freaking
Yes.
being freaking the Blue Zorro. Like that shit was dope. I love I love how it's like he kind of like in the few months that he's like traversing through the Homelands, that he's kind of like making like a folklore legend of himself, right? How like, oh, we're just piecing all these things together, and there's people ending up dying. The dragon's dead. Freaking like, dude, I love his whole journey through all the way to what do you call it, to the Hall of Justice. That thing, I thought that was like really cool. And you know, I think in one of the earlier volumes, it talks about how he was a decorated war veteran and all that stuff. But then, like, you know, you look at little Boy Blue, and you really don't think that, right? But friggin' turns out he is badass, and he friggin' is friggin' one of the best with the swords ever. And I just, man, it's like every volume I have like a favorite character that I friggin' gravitate towards, and like Boy Blue is definitely it.
That's kind of how like when I pitch like the story to somebody who's gonna read it for the first time, I'm always mentioning like what's great about Fables is that like every few volumes or so, every volume, there's like a new favorite character. Just someone steps up and becomes a major character, you know.
Yeah.
So like obviously it's always Bigby and Snow. I think they'll always be kind of like the main characters,
Yeah.
ish, right? You
Right.
know. But then eventually it's like, oh, Prince Charming's kind of a badass. Wait a minute, I thought he was just kind of like a conniving, like womanizer, but he's actually kind of a really good leader, right?
Yeah, he's making a really good. He's having the freaking qualities of a really good leader right now, especially the stuff with Trusty John.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then all of a sudden, Boy Blue comes up, and he's like, "Oh man, he's like my favorite character ever," and
Yeah.
I think he remains like my favorite character throughout the series by the end of it. But there are other characters who really step up, and you really care about them as well. I don't want to say who they are because I think part of the thing is like, oh, it builds up to it, you know. And I don't want to spoil that for you.
Yeah, I think that's
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I think that's one of the things I really love about Boy Blue is because like the setup for him in the first 5 volumes, right? Like you just wouldn't expect what you see in this volume to come from him. Although we do get that battle at the end of the world, right? And he's a warrior there, but we don't really see it. And while he's in Fabletown, he's just like this quiet little office guy, right? And then you just like you fucking start off. You know that he stole the cloak and the Vorpal sword, right?
Yeah.
But then here he's just it's nonstop. This dude is fucking like you said, he's just tearing through land by land, and then when he takes out the dragon too, and he fucking steps into the like that's where the portal was that he was looking for to get to the next land.
Yeah.
And his manipulation of Geppetto.
Yeah, that was fantastic. I really loved the manipulation of Geppetto. That kind of tells like his demands were actually really in line with the character that they've been building. Like they weren't actual stuff that was all too difficult or anything too crazy, like, you know, step down from your throne or anything like that. It's like, nah, just bring me Red Riding Hood and all that stuff. You know what I mean? He was Blue Avenger. That's what he was doing. He was Blue Avenging his way through the thing to get his girl back. And I freaking love that.
And it wasn't even his girl, right?
Oh, that was heartbreaking too, dude. Like I forgot about that part. Like I couldn't remember how the Red Riding Hood stuff played out, and I was like, oh, dude, that sucks.
It works out though. It works out. It works out.
Yeah.
You just can't catch a break.
Or does it, Dylan? Or does it work?
Fuck you, Nick.
I don't know. Actually, I think the answer is both.
Okay, the answer is maybe.
I think what was even more, not heartbreaking, but like sad, was like the friendship he has with Pinocchio. Like he didn't know Geppetto was the adversary.
Yeah,
and,
even Pinocchio didn't know.
And he really he kind of just wanted to fix his best friend, you know? Yeah. And like the fact that Pinocchio couldn't even make that decision whether or not to stay with his fucking evil fucking piece of shit dad or go with his best friend, like that was another fucking little interesting aspect of their dynamic, because like really Boy Blue set out to also help his friend. I mean, we learn that he was sent on a mission by Prince Charming, which if you're reading for the first time, you're like, what the fuck? Like I remembered that aspect, but it's like, so like this is all part of the plan, was for him to like do reconnaissance, right? And to get information about the adversary. But like what was the most interesting aspect while Boy Blue was captured was learning how Geppetto came to power.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That shit was crazy.
He was replacing like kings, because like some of the village people in the village were like, dude, this king, like he's a fucking tyrant and he's like doing this crazy shit. We need to replace him. Can you build somebody from wood and then like have the blue fairy make him real? You know what I mean? So that we can control him. And then that's how he grows his vast empire. And he just starts expanding and he keeps replacing leader after leader. And
what he does to the blue fairy, he's a fucking monster.
Oh my god. I know.
Whoa. He's doing it for the greater good, man. He's making sure that there's peace in the empire.
The road to hell was paved with good intentions, bro.
Dang. So I think we know where Nick would fall in line in this battle.
I voted already. No.
Damn.
Dang, Nick voted for Geppetto, bro. That's who he voted for.
Damn. Hey, bro, you voted for Fable nationalism. Okay, that's what you just voted for. Like
not
that, you. Yeah. Well, I don't even think you get the vote in a freaking tyranny. No. Just fucking turncoat Nick. That's your nickname.
Turncoat Nick.
No, you know, I had to kind of marathon this. You know, like I read it all throughout this week, right? So I read. Yeah. I didn't just read volume 6. I read 1 through 6. So I can just get like, and you know what's cool is like when you read it and knowing that Geppetto's adversary, it was there from the very beginning. Like like you see these little bits and pieces. Like they mention like the adversary came from like a far away, not really well respected land or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. And then like Pinocchio will say something like, "Oh, I'm from a faraway land." You know, like it was so obvious but you didn't know until the reveal. You know what I mean? So he did a really good job. And even when like I remember reading it like March of the Wooden Soldiers for the first time, I just thought, oh yeah, Geppetto's just been captured. I didn't really think he'd be the adversary.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Yeah. So it was a great
like,
reveal. Like that, this whole I feel like this is one of the most important volumes if you think about it, because you get the whole reveal of everything, right? And this is the main, like, you know who the bad guy is now.
Right,
Yeah.
and it's crazy if you think about it, because this is volume 6 and there's 22. So it's like you get the reveal really early on in the series, relatively. You know what I mean? And like, but there's so much more that's gonna happen, and that's where fucking things like start to like really pick up. And I think
I
they
really
kinda
think it's
changed
picked up
it.
already. Like, to be honest, like I'm invested in this very much so. This is
Yeah.
this is turning out to be one of the best reads I've ever had. Like, to be
Wait.
honest with you.
Wait,
You're
Dylan,
welcome.
are you going? Are you waiting like every time you do the podcast to read it, or have you like read ahead?
No, I'm waiting until every.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so that way it's fresh.
I wouldn't be
It's
able
fresh.
to wait.
Well, I also have like 90 million things on my Goodreads list, so it's
Yeah.
like I have stuff to fill my time.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard for me too. It's hard for me as somebody that's already read it. Like, I just want to fucking power through this entire series right now, and I really have to restrain myself because me too. Like, I want it to be fresh in my mind.
I'm just like, I can't help myself. Like when I start reading like series that I love again, it's like I just gotta read the whole thing again. You know?
Are you gonna finish the rest of the series now?
I might. I mean, I'm on the same boat as you guys. I have a bunch of stuff to read, so I don't know if I should. But I also don't. I also know I can't help myself. So.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we'll see you back again for like another volume. Is what you're saying?
Yeah.
This is my favorite volume, I think, of the whole series. Although it still gets better. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think it gets better, the series, but I still really, because of the Boy Blue stuff.
Oh, Boy Blue stuff's amazing. Yeah.
This is definitely like one of the apex moments of this series. I mean, I don't know how the rest of the series will go, but I mean, like so far, like this is like one of the highest points as far as writing goes. Especially Geppetto. Geppetto, like you said, Ryan, when they were revealing that this fool was just implanting seeds in all the kingdoms, and you know they even say it in the beginning when they talk about the adversary in like in the earlier volumes, that how like the adversary just came like out of nowhere, like he was like all of a sudden he just had kingdoms with him. You know what I mean? And after this reveal, you kind of see how easily it happened. Like this guy literally has just been doing this for years, and it's just so good how they set that up.
Yeah, I love how menacing he looks too. Like if you just notice, like there are moments where like he has like the kindness under his eyes when he sees Pinocchio like, you know, beheaded or whatever, and he's about to heal him or fix him and stuff, right? And then you see the flashbacks where he just looks like he looks softer, and now like, and then you're looking at the present, he's just got this like hard exterior and like all the black,
a lot of shadow,
shadow under his eyes and shit,
yeah, all the shadow
Very-
was really
very
good use. I'm really excited. Like at first, I thought like when they first show the adversary, how he's like doing this giant God of War Ares looking freaking monster. Like at first, I thought it was gonna be like someone small. It was gonna be kind of like a Wizard of Oz thing, where it was someone inside the armor, but it was gonna be like I said, it's gonna be like Pike from Midsummer Night's Dream or something. Like, you know what I mean? When it comes to reveal that it's actually one giant freaking wooden automaton, like, like damn, dude, like they really thought this out, and they executed it well.
That's funny that you said Wizard of Oz. I wonder if anybody thought that when they were reading it, that the adversary was the Wizard of Oz.
Oh, dude, that could have been possible. That would have been great too.
We would have needed to see like more emerald stuff or like a brick road or something, right?
Like leading up to this.
But maybe it wasn't like, because a lot of these characters are public domain, right? So like you were allowed to write them. I think like partially because it wasn't Peter Pan, right? So it was like an evil Peter Pan who grew up or who didn't grow up, right? And he was just, I forget what the idea of like this evil Peter Pan was, but I think the state didn't want, they're very protective of it, so they didn't. I don't think he was allowed to use Peter Pan. Maybe
they only have a few more years until it's public domain, though.
Is that it? Yeah, is that true?
Yeah. When was Peter Pan written? It's 100 years. You have publishing rights and ownership for 100 years, but for the first 50 years, it's yours off top, and then you have to renew the copyright, and then you get another 50 years, but then after that, but you can't renew again, so it becomes public domain after that. So like at some point, Superman's gonna be public domain.
I don't know. I think there's ways they bypass
it. DC owns Superman. I don't think so. I think that you can renew it. It's not like you just like lose the character.
Or maybe I'm thinking about like music copyright. Maybe I'm thinking about music copyright.
Well, no,
I don't know.
I know there is something like that, but I feel like I don't think Disney properties like Mickey Mouse has been around for 100 years.
Yeah.
Or maybe it hasn't been 100 years yet, but I think like you think Disney's gonna give up Mickey Mouse? I'm sure they're gonna like try to
no.
litigate their way out of it if they have to, right? Or they already have things in place for it.
They probably do. I mean, honestly, we'll see. I mean, I honestly don't know. Like I'll look into that. But
that's interesting. I've never heard that before, so I kind of want to know more.
Yeah, but but this whole public domain thing, like literally, like with the amount of folklore that's just literal public domain, like I'm really excited to see who else gets put on this roster of Fables.
And I like that you brought up Mowgli, because Mowgli from Jungle Book, in between the Boy Blue arc, he makes his his first appearance, but like his reappearance in Fabletown, right?
Yeah.
And he's another one of Bigby's kind of spies and shit, and I like the whole interaction with Bagheera, because Bagheera was part of the rebellion at the farm in Volume 2, and he just wanted
the blood pact.
Right, he was in the blood debt, so he wants to free him. So now he goes to Prince Charming, and Prince Charming's like, "Well, I'll let him go, but you got to bring Bigby back to me."
Yeah, poor Bigby, man. He hasn't seen his kids for like 5 years. Damn.
Yeah, that's cold.
At least, yeah.
I love Bigby.
Wait. Has it been 5 years already when Mowgli gets back, or doesn't it jump back?
No, it's been 5. No, the implication it's been 5 years since the last volume. Yeah.
Okay.
So that means
it's inconsequential. It's inconsequential.
Yeah.
But like, so then that means Boy Blue has been gone for 5 years.
Yeah.
Oh. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Okay. Wait. Because like as he's traversing through, it's like long hours turn to days, days turn to weeks, weeks turn to months. Okay. Cool. Never mind. You're right.
But also, I'm sure like the passing of time feels differently to immortals, right? Like to them, it doesn't feel as long. I mean, I don't even know how they would perceive 5 years passing, but like it didn't seem like Prince Charming was like, "Fuck, you're finally back. It took you long enough." You know what I mean? Like it wasn't like that. He was just like, oh man, dude, I cannot wait to read the next volume. I'm pissed that we're waiting 2 weeks.
Well, the next one's going to be you're reading the 1001 Nights, right?
We weren't going to do that for the podcast, but I guess.
Oh, okay.
I guess
I think you should. Okay.
Where does 1001 Nights fall in?
It's really important.
Okay. Well, what we could do, Dylan, since we already have it like to where we're doing 7 and 8, we could just read all 3.
Where does 1001 Nights fall in?
After 6.
So it was published. It was published after Volume 6, but I have the deluxe edition hardcovers here, and it was actually the way they put it. They put it after Volume 5. So I'm not sure why. I mean, clearly Bill Willingham wanted it to be there, right? But 1001 Nights is a bunch of short stories.
So 1001 Nights of Snowfall?
Yeah.
Yes.
I honestly, I would call it like 6.5h, or I guess in this instance it's 5.5. I just think they just misprinted and didn't realize.
Is this about Frost Queen?
No. So without the 1001 Nights, Arabian Nights, it's a playoff of that. Oh, okay. But it's Snow White instead of Shahrazad, and it's Snow White telling the Sultan these stories because she's gonna get killed at the end of the night. So she wants to tell. So she's telling all these like side stories on all the fables that you've seen. So you see like an early story with Snow White and what she does with the 7 dwarves, right? And you don't know what you remember. Like there's been a hints about the 7 dwarves, and she gets mad when you talk about him. Yeah. Well, you'll find out why. And there's like stuff with other characters, and in fact, it makes you very sympathetic to one particular character who will become a major character. This is like a bit of a tease, right? Who will become a major character in Fables, and they've already been around, and you've seen them around already. So.
Oh, awesome! Okay, hell yeah, I'm down for that.
Oh, dude, that was a great teaser.
Yeah. That was a hell of a way to sell it, bud.
I haven't read it either. I just bought it at the shop because I didn't know it was that essential. And I was asking Nick because we got the compendiums in, or Fables Compendium 1, and I saw like the different spin-offs, and I was like, so what is this one? How important is it? And then he like was shocked that I hadn't read it, so I bought it immediately because he told me where it would fall in line, and I knew it was coming up with what we were reading. But yeah, we could either do a separate episode just for that, and then do 7, 8.
No, let's just bang out all
3.
I'm down. Yeah. I have a short pull list next week anyway.
Well, we're not doing this though because next week is Saga.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Saga. Whoa, nice.
Yeah. Saga Volume 1, and then after that we had Ms. Marvel Volume 1.
Oh, okay, we got some time.
Yeah, so we got a little bit of time.
Okay, we'll set that up. I mean, for the next couple weeks, I literally only have 3 comics on my poll.
Yeah, I got a good amount this week, I think. But yeah, Fables.
Yeah,
Fables. Amazing.
Fables is great.
I hope everybody listening, if you're this far into listening to our Fables episodes, that you're following along with us. It's an amazing series. Like I was just saying a few minutes ago, they collected it in a compendium. I think there'll be 2 more following that to finish off the series, because there's about I would say the equivalent of 50 issues in each, maybe.
Yeah.
I would say this is a series. I think this is one of the series that I've read the most. I mean, who reads a 22 volume series 4 times, you know? So yeah. I think something we said about how great it is, but also it's cool remembering Dylan, it's your first time, right? Reading it. But if you ever go back to rereading it, you know, I feel I just remember the times I'm speculating. I remember in the shop, me and another buddy, his name is Nick Ryan, Nick Gutierrez.
Oh, okay.
He's a huge Fables fan, and we would every time a new issue would come out, we'd always speculate about oh man, what's gonna happen next? Because you know, there's always those teases that Bill Willingham puts in. He'll have those he'll have somebody with who can see into the future, the pig, right? Colin the pig will say a bunch of stuff. You're what the hell does that mean? And and he often shows up again in the series, right? And he'll give you these cryptic messages, and we're always spending time trying to decipher what it means, you know? So yeah, I love the series, and I love rereading it. So
yeah.
Well, you're always welcome to jump in on a Fables episode. So
cool.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm always there.
I can't say enough good things about this series, you know.
I have a question. Maybe Nick can answer it maybe Nick can answer it without really giving me too much spoilers, just in case this person is a major player. But K, fucking the guy that was walking around with Beast, the guy who gouges his eyes out. Who is that?
I don't remember. I don't know who it is, actually. Do they explain it later on, maybe?
I can't even remember, dude. I forgot that character even existed.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know how consequential the character is, because to me, I feel he's a side character, but there might be more to it. I'm sure there is a character whose eyes can see their true intent, right? So
yeah, or all the evil they've done or something.
Yeah, I think... I don't know particularly, but I know while I was reading, I'm oh yeah, I remember that character K. But that I guess that tells you he's not that important, because there's not too much to go on. He's definitely not a major character. I think he's just used kind of as a way. I think the most important thing was that Trusty John thing, man. That was pretty sad. Yeah, that happened. So
what's crazy? What's crazy is the vow he makes before he jumps into the witching well. He's you first, Prince Charming. I was damn, that's crazy. It's revenge.
But that was, I think, just a bad nightmare, right? Or did that actually happen?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah,
I felt like that was a nightmare, but it doesn't really say whether or not. But they do the way that the coloring kind of changes. You know what I mean? It seems like it's in his head.
Yeah, but. And how he basically disintegrates before he even jumps in. That also is signifier of a dream, possibly.
Okay, so I did a Google search for K, right? And he's actually part of the Snow Queen storyline.
Oh,
interesting.
Okay.
Here,
all right.
In the original story by Hans Christian Andersen, a shard of glass from a demon's mirror becomes lodged in his eye as a child, causing him to see only the evil in people and none of the good. This causes him to go willingly with the evil Snow Queen, whom, as a result of the shard, he finds beautiful. So I guess that might play. I mean, we just saw the Snow Queen, right, in this volume. So I'm sure he does play a part then. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, the Snow Queen. You learn more about her in Jack of Fables.
That's a cold bitch.
Yeah.
Well, winter is coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, winter is coming, guys.
You learn why she's a cold bitch when you read that Jack of Fables.
I can't wait. I think I might branch off and read that on my own slowly.
Yeah, just don't go too fast with it. You know what I mean? Because you don't want to get. I don't think it really. I mean, I read 4 volumes and it still hasn't tied back into Fables proper.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you're safe with that. But don't. I would at least stop at 4, just because I haven't gone further and I don't know. I don't want you to like ruin something for yourself either.
Yeah, I got you.
Well,
all right. What are we excited about for next week? Firepower.
Yeah, Firepower is cool.
Hellblazer 2.
Tooth the Return.
Yeah, dude, I'm excited for that. As much as I don't like that it's going to be branded Black Label.
I have a copy right here in my hands.
What?
So it's going to be story time with Nick, where you're going to describe the panels and do voices for each caption bubble.
Hold on, let me get my hot cocoa and cozy up for story time.
Yeah, this is going to be the longest.
Hold on, just don't ruin it. But what did you?
Gus has been murdered by now. Actually, I haven't read it yet. I just have it. I was reading Fables. I couldn't read Sweet Tooth.
Wait, so is this like a sequel or is this like a reimagining?
Don't say anything. Don't say anything.
I don't know. I haven't picked. Oh, so here, this is what I'll tell you is I just opened the first page, and the first page says 300 years later.
Okay, Jesus. That's enough. All right,
okay.
Cool.
That's it.
Yeah,
that's
I can't wait. I mean, I forgot it was coming out, and I added it to my pull list actually this morning because I keep forgetting that. I was kind of hesitant because I don't have the single issues of the first run, but I'll support Lemire with Sweet Tooth.
I still have the second half of it to read.
Mm-hmm.
So and like I was telling Ryan, like I don't know how I feel about it. I'm like kind of unimpressed by it right now, but I mean maybe by the time I finish the second half, I'll be down. So I'll probably end up trade waiting this one.
Mm. Yeah, fair enough.
I was gonna say I'm also pretty excited about Wolverine Black White Blood.
Is that this week?
Blood. Yeah.
Oh, bruh.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm pretty stoked on that because like I like that it's kind of on its own. It's not connected to anything else, and smart use of black, white, and red in a comic book. You know what I mean? Like I think that's gonna be pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean it's a Wolverine story. Of course, there's gonna be a lot of red.
And your boy Donald Cates.
Donald Cates.
Donifer.
Crossover number 1.
You know what? I'm gonna read it because I like his. It seems interesting. Number 1. Number 2. I can't get too mad because Donald Cates just put $200 in my pocket with Thor 1 through 6. You know what I mean? So I guess I can't hate him too much.
Wait, Thor 1 through 6, you got $200 for it?
I put it on and I sold it within 4 hours. It was gone.
Bruh, I'm about to make $200.
Yeah, dude. Come on.
Yeah, see, there you go, man. You can't talk smack about Donny Cates. Look,
Thanks, Donifer.
With his promotion of his self-promotion of his books, you know, getting that speculation up, making you money.
Yeah, dude. Thanks, Donald. The
Donald.
The Don Cates. Yeah.
The Don Cates.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of interested to read it. I love it's Jeff Shaw on art, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's the same. The same. What do you call it? It's the same God Country team.
Right. So I love Jeff Shaw's art. So that alone was what would have pulled me into the book. So, you know, the concept seems interesting. I know you both have read it on PDFs. I'm kind of waiting until I can have a physical copy in my hand. Now, I wouldn't say like I'm excited for it. I'm interested. I'm excited for more 10 of Swords because I'm fucking loving the crossover so far. The weakest issue was, like Nick and I were talking about, was the Excalibur issue because I don't know what the fuck's going on in that book.
The art was beautiful.
Yeah, the art was beautiful. That's right. But the story itself, I don't know what's going on, and I just didn't care for it. But a new issue of X-Men by Hickman.
Yeah, you know, the Excalibur issue could have just been like one page of the Britons, just the Braddocks putting the sword down. That's it.
Yeah. And $3 for that one page would have been fine. You know what I'm saying? Like, get all that fucking filler bullshit out of my face. I don't even want to look at it. Please.
Man, Teeny Howard is.
You know what? Hold on. Let me change it. Let me change it. All that we needed in that book, take the words out of the book. And then we're solved. What?
Damn.
It never even made sense. What? I don't even know what's going. Okay, look. Maybe if you're reading Excalibur, it's different, right? Maybe you know what's going on. But if you're going to be a part of a 22-part crossover, you better fucking make your tie-in issues more accessible to people that are picking it up for the crossover. And that was my issue. That was my issue. So maybe I'm wrong to say take the words out.
No, but I think it should have been a poster book of all the cool scenes, like, you know, and it would only be the artist involved.
Yeah, and even like perforated pages to where you could tear it out. Like literally a poster book would have been fine.
It's like a Ten of Swords swimsuit special. That's what it should have been.
Yeah, I agree. I second that. Yeah.
Fucking savagery.
Hey, hold on. Real quick question too. I don't want to. It's not necessarily something I'm excited for, but Nick, have you seen the deluxe Sandman? Were you able to get a look at it?
Dude, so we got in our lunar DC shipment yesterday, and I'm buying that Sandman Deluxe. It's really awesome. I mean, I don't own the Absolute, which I think is probably the best format to get it, but it's like 3 or 4 volumes of Absolute, which is way too much.
Yeah.
These deluxe editions are beautiful, like at least from the cover. I haven't opened it up out of the wrapping.
How many volumes are in the deluxe? Is it all of them, or
it looks 2. Like 2.
Okay.
But the presentation's really, really nice, man. It's like it's good looking book. It's like, so I'm very excited to get it.
Okay, so I'm gonna change my statement. Can I be excited? Is there a copy for me?
Oh, we have plenty, yeah.
Okay. So now I'm excited for something else this week, Sandman Deluxe, and I was nervous about getting it because I didn't like that it had Black Label on it. But I mean, if you're saying you're like excited enough to buy it,
in spite of the Black Label stuff, it's just like all the other deluxe editions that DC puts out, like, you know, the Why the Last Man one, which is really nice, right? And these I don't know if you have the Fables ones, but those are really nice.
I don't.
So it's like I think it's one of my favorite formats in terms of like how they present things, besides the Absolute, you know?
Yeah, the only deluxes I have from like those Vertigo runs are Scalped, Why the Last Man. I had the Sweet Tooth ones, and then I mean, you gave me the DMZ ones, so I have those too.
If you like that format, that's exactly what it is. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I'll buy one for sure.
And that's another series that like I've read probably more like 4 or 5 times in my life. You know.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. The deluxe is 3 volumes.
Oh, nice.
It's 3 volumes and Sandman Midnight Theater 1, so you get 17 issues in total.
Nice. It seemed thicker than I thought, so that's cool.
Oh, so I guess what they're probably going to do then, Nick, is maybe they're going to put Sandman Overture and Endless Nights, and then it'll be 5 volumes.
Yeah.
Oh, right? That makes sense, yeah.
Yeah.
Because otherwise the math doesn't add up. Because there's 10 proper volumes, but there's 12 if you include those 2.
And those 2 are important, yeah.
Very important. So, all right, cool. Yeah, I'm excited now, dude.
This is dope. I might have to fucking pick this up too.
I mean, I've been looking for a reason to reread the series. And this is kind of gonna just push me to do it, you know?
Yeah. I think in my reread right now, I just finished 6 or 5.
Nice.
Okay. I'm not entirely too sure.
Yeah, Sandman for me, I have to read like all at once because there's so much. It all connects at the end, you know? It's like really cool. Yeah.
Maybe I'll just save it. I'll just save it till all the deluxes are out and then do one read.
Then do a smash, right? A smash through.
Because I saw the second one is supposed to come out in March, so okay. Oh, so excited now, dude. I can't wait to I love hardcovers.
I'm really trying to like lean away from getting freaking like soft paperbacks now, like trade paperbacks, and like go more towards the hardcovers. They just look better. They just all look better. Like, I mean, that Miss Miracle Deluxe that just came out, fantastic.
Oh yeah, that looked nice. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Tom the Accuser King.
Tom the Accuser King. I'm picking up the Paper Girls. I'm picking up the Paper Girls hardcovers. There's one coming out in November, but I think I have the second volume in order, right now. So I'm just waiting on it to come. And just
you know what you need to be buying is those Criminal hardcovers that they're re-releasing.
So I do need to get that because I've never read Criminal.
I just saw they what?
Yeah, I've never read Criminal, dude, like that.
Oh, I'm sorry, dude. I'm not. This is one of those times that I gotta say something, bro. That's fucking crazy. That's insane.
I would say a lot of people haven't really read it. I feel like people got into Brubaker, I think, with like Kill or Be Killed. To be honest, I think that's like the highest point. Like, I think they got a lot more readers for that book.
But with how much I talk about it, I'm surprised.
I I know. I mean, I like Brubaker's stuff. Like, don't sit here.
I know you do. I know you. That's why I'm so shocked. That's why I'm shocked.
But he has a lot of stuff out. Let's be real here.
Okay.
There's a lot of Brubaker out. You know what I mean? Not only just spanning his independent stuff, but also a lot of DC stuff, a lot of Marvel stuff. He's a really well-rounded individual.
Well, good news. The third hardcover is coming out, and then the first and second hardcover just got solicited in this month's previews. So there you go, dude. And then you'll be all caught up. And then if you get Cruel Summer, you'll have everything. So
cool.
and another added bonus, it's gonna look fucking beautiful on your bookshelf. So
yeah, see, there you go. See, that's sold.
Yeah. It's probably you know what? That's probably why you haven't read it. You were just waiting for the right format.
Yeah.
Right? No.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. All right. That's all for me. I got nothing else. That's
So yeah, guys, that's been another episode of the Comic Lounge podcast. Nick, thank you for blessing us with your presence.
No,
yes,
thanks for having me. I mean, when Ryan was mentioning, oh, we're doing a Fables read, I'm like, hey, I need to get on that volume 6. I think I said that, right? Like when you mentioned it, I'm like, yeah. So I've been kind of waiting to get on to talk about Fables, and I'm glad I did because it got me to reread the whole series again and made me, remember why I loved it so much.
Yeah, we'll definitely have you back again. Yeah, I don't know when. I mean, it all depends on scheduling, I suppose. So, but yeah,
I mean,
back, dude.
You can come back on every single one if you want. I don't care. It's once a month. It's once a month. So
I might be down. Yeah. Well, All
right.
Yes,
so we're gonna read 2 at a time. Well, this time we're gonna read 3.
3, yeah.
We're gonna read the 1001 Nights, but I think you already read it because you were reading it in the deluxe, right?
Yeah. I couldn't help myself.
Yeah. So if you want, it's at the. I'll tell you right now. It is going to be on the 28th, or no, the 21st. So
if you guys will have me, I'll gladly go on every Fables if you want.
Yeah, dude, let's do it. Dude.
I don't mind that.
Yeah, 3 of us on Fables reread. That's awesome. All right, cool.
All right.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm good.
All right. And then if you're not already following us, make sure you follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at The Comic Lounge. Make sure you throw your comments or suggestions down below or email us, thecomicloungepod@gmail.com, and hit the subscribe button on whichever platform you're listening to us on. We're on YouTube, Podbean, Spotify, iTunes. Anything you listen to podcasts on, that's what we're on. And on that note, we're out.
Later, buds.